Back inside the big top. Ball comes out of the corner. The Ontario selects. And the Welland Kings are down on the floor. And if you look to the top right of your screen there, the barn doors have been opened as the sides have been raised. Mackenzie McQueen of the Ontario selects. He gets chopped down. Ontario selects. Welland Kings selects in the red jerseys with white numbering. Occupying the home bench, their starting goaltender is Jackson Roberts. And the Welland Kings. The white shirts with the black accents. On the visitors' bench, RJ King is their goaltender who makes a huge stop. The second opportunity off the stick of James Rice. It goes wide up top again, and coming out is King again. And a couple players in the vicinity holding on as that shot from Nick Morin, but great job there by Kyle Jean. Makes a couple huge stops. First one there, second one they get lucky as it goes up over top. And the face-off to the left of Jean. Another quick shot that he's got to hang on to, Matt Thorpe. As the face-off comes in again, this time they'll work to his right side. A gorgeous day here in Welland. Again, the doors open and into the corner when Brandon Winicky was taken there. But RJ Jean turned over for Welland's first offensive possession, and quickly up to the top of the crease, Jackson Roberts covers up for a face-off to his left. Here's RJ Jean and Tristan Lewis. Lewis winning the face-off. Lewis is going to chase it down here, though. Bo Siopika gets up there. Thorpe is with him. On the stick of Brandon Winicky. It's out of the reach of Winicky. Up for Nick Morin. Morin, they've got RJ Jean way out and way down. But sliding over Connor Charles in behind the goaltender. As RJ Jean was out, a penalty coming here after a scrum in the corner. Winicky ends up on the floor and a body contact call. I think Connor Charles.
I think it's 54, white on the body.
Two jeans on this Welland Kings roster. RJ will wear number 7 and run. Starting goaltender is Kyle wearing the Montreal Canadiens jersey. Bit of a shove in front as that shot goes wide of Kyle Jean. Out of the reach of Joey Dolce. Around the far side, looks like a slashing penalty is coming up to Welland here. As trying to go around the corner and chase White. Takes the chop as Noah Perlick was flying down the far side. 7:27 to go.
What's your number? 66.
In the opening period. And Jake Archambault sent off here for not having a chin strap on the helmet, I believe was the call from my earlier partner, Chad Asseltine. Up top to the point, another face-off win for the Selects here. Nick Morin, Mackenzie McQueen, they got a man in front, it rolls away. Off the stick of Nick Volpatti. Then racing in off the corner, Noah Perlick. walks in and puts it home on the two-man advantage.
11-97.
Mackenzie McQueen picking up the assist there on the Noah Perlick goal. Perlick has it again. Player cutting through the middle is James Rice. On the face-off circle and down the floor. McQueen at the blue line. Slap back down into the corner. Nick Morin is there. Morin up the near side to McQueen. McQueen through the middle. Goes far side. This is RJ Jean, trying to get past Mackenzie McQueen. Can't do it, so McQueen gives it down for Rice. The ball bounces outside, so the defenders have to come back and touch up. James Rice dumping it into the corner. Cycle again for the Ontario Selects. McQueen. Over for Perlick. The shot comes from Morin. Kyle Jean is down to cover up. No Chad Maurice, no Brandon McCorston in the lineup for Welland. Face-off was won by Welland. They've got 35 seconds left in their penalty. He's kept in on the far side, though. Nick Morin gets it back again. His shot just bounces wide. May have been tipped in front and goes into the corner. Looked like the Selects player got there first. But Welland has control. Up comes Doyle Gruel. In behind the cage. They play it off the wall. Winicky turns it back for Tristan Lewis. Lewis outside the blue line. Kyle Jean tried to glove that out of midair. It ended up in the corner. And then as it comes back up top, Chase White keeps it alive, but the Selects bang it back down deep one more time. Half boards for Winicky. Trying to glove it ahead was Morin. But it falls for Joey Dolce. Dolce lost a step on his winger, and Winicky gets it back for Lewis. Tristan Lewis over for Winicky again. Winicky comes in. Backhand feed, they had an open cage, and Lewis shoots it wide. Jean is down again and covers up without the goal stick. Midget semifinal action here on Knockout Sunday in the spring teaser. Youth Ontario Cup Championship hosted by Ball Hockey International St. Catharines, presented by Bauer on the JVI Sports Network as Jean covers up again the long outside shot. Another face-off controlled here by the Selects. They get it over to the half boards. Down deep now for Perlick. They continue cycling over in the corner. As Chase White is in there to play defense for Welland. Back for Perlick. Comes all the way to the point. Mackenzie McQueen. His backhand gets into the corner. Played deep, stolen away by Welland here. Again, out in front. Rolls off the stick there of James Rice. And it comes up, and Anthony Ciraldi sends it back in behind Jackson Roberts. Down the near side for Connor Charles. That shot didn't find its way through to Jackson Roberts. It's played up on the boards, not out though. Sayapika keeps it inside the red line. His outside shot as we approach 3 minutes to go. Stolen away by the Selects. And James Rice can't corral it. McQueen goes off the cage. Out of the reach of his winger. And back off the boards again. Down for icing. As it passes Jackson Roberts, 2:46. Remain in the first period, just one goal so far. Noah Perlick, a goal now scramble. Off the shot from Mackenzie McQueen. There's a face-off, another one won by Welland. Dolce, as he tried to cut back across the middle, had it stolen away there by James Rice. Rice backhand feed, the poke check from Jean. Came out and Perlick takes it out of harm's way. Perlick down deep for Rice. McQueen is on Dolce in the active stick. Now he pokes it away there from Jeremy Briggs. And on the half boards, Dolce from center floor. Gets it in on goal. Archambault's found a chin strap. So he gets back on the floor. And offside called. It's touched up there by Noah Perlick. There's a huge game yesterday, the Ontario Selects matchup that we watched. Led by Jake Archambault. Selects come in offside, so that allows the Welland defenders to take it back and set up. Anthony Ciraldi chips it down deep, giving chase, RJ Jean. Shot from the point, going down to glove that is Jackson Roberts. End of the first period here, the Niagara Thunder versus the Benchwarmers in the other midget semifinal. The winner of these two games will face each other as the horn sounds in that game to end the first period outside. 1:18 away from the same result in here. And again, winners of these two sides face each other later this afternoon for the midget gold medal final. Looking for Chase White off the face-off. It's out of his reach, so Welland has to retreat. RJ Jean coming to the top of the face-off, rolls away from him, and Winicky gets it back. Winicky in front for Lewis. Matt Thorpe was positioned in front of the crease by himself. He's calling for that pass, but Lewis decided to take the shot. Up to the point around Nick Morin. He gives chase now. Morin getting the stick on that. Played down and covered up by Roberts. As it returns in again, the face off will come to his left. Face-off appeared to be won by Welland, but then kicked ahead by the Selects as McQueen as McQueen gets the ball on it. Sent it down for icing, and the face-off will come in the zone. This time on the short side of Roberts. Approaching 20 seconds to go in the period. Just the one goal from Noah Perlick early on. Ontario Selects representing the home side. Welland Kings occupying the visitors' bench here. Draw men batting for it. It's shot out of midair and up over the cage.
Play game, White.
And you can hear the call from the official as that ball goes over the screen. Delay of game against the Welland Kings is Thomas Young. Makes his way to the penalty box.
Young, delay game. What's his name? Young.
7.1 before the siren sounds inside. RJ Jean wins the face-off. Back for Giraldi. Around the boards there, Chase White. And as they try and chip it past each other, it goes down the floor. Just the one goal from Noah Perlick in that opening period. Take a quick timeout here and allow them to switch ends, and we'll be back. Second period action in the Midget division when we return.
Provide the gap between education and the stressors of the working world. We develop customized programs for each student at an affordable cost. Students can choose from over 30 diploma and certificate programs offered at any of Academy of Learning College's 17 Ontario-based locations. Simply a better way to learn. Learn more at academyoflearning.com.
Good look at the outdoor rink after our games yesterday. Place was pretty quiet yesterday afternoon. But since the action has heated up inside. The Pee-wees started our day. We saw a shootout in the outdoor rink, allowing the St. Kitts Snipers to advance to the gold medal game later today. The Cherry Pickers moving on to face the Thruway Muffler squad in the Bantam division. And our final gold medal game to be decided. One of these two teams, in either the Niagara Thunder or the Benchwarmers, will make it past the knockout stage to play in our final game of our coverage. There's an outside shot. Nick Morin through a crowd, and Kyle Jean still looking around. Comes on the power play. There was a minute 20 left in that delay of game penalty to Thomas Young. Jake Archambault, James Rice pick up assists. On the shot from the outside, you can see the water bottle dance. Up top, Jacob Sadler loses that, just trying to gain the zone, and official's arm goes up for a trip against Welland. 2 power play goals already in the game. Perlick's opener came 5-on-3, and now most recently Nick Morin 20 seconds in. Connor Charles going off for a trip here. Face off won by the Selects. They got it quickly to the point. Mackenzie McQueen let one rip. That one didn't miss by much. McQueen and Joey Dolce now involved in a battle in front of the Selects bench. But Jacob Sadler gets there. Another shot from the top of the circle. Perlick's got his second. One-time shot from the top of the circle. Jacob Sadler on the assist. And it's as simple as that as the ball comes out up top. And the blistering shot. Walking in, Tristan Lewis off the face-off. That one stolen away by Thomas Young. Young shot off the cage up into the screen. And it drops down. 1:16 gone here in the second period. 3-0 now for the Ontario Select squad. Winicky rolls away from him. Mackenzie McQueen. Back for Tristan Lewis. He gets around one. Backhand shot out of position was Kyle Jean. Falling, expecting that shot to go short side. And Thomas Young drags it out of the corner. Anthony Ciaraldi. Ciaraldi through the legs of Archibald, sliding over. Nice job by McQueen. Off the boards it comes up, out of the reach of Matt Thorpe though. So that gives Welland a chance to clear. Young over to the far blue line. That one into the feet of McQueen. Jean way out of the cage. He's battling his own, I was going to say his own player, but there's body contact in behind the net. And it was Thorpe who fell. They're calling Roberts to the bench. Shot comes in. And I think there's another penalty here as Jackson Roberts tried to dive up over and did a face plant in on the bench. Two arms are up. Mackenzie McQueen. There's Archibald, the shot. Young jumped out of the way. 6-on-5 with Roberts on the bench. McQueen. Whole flurry of activity here. Tristan Lewis. And Perlick gets shoved, and another return shove. Archibald running in. And we've got a huge mix-up over there on the far side. This already with 2 penalties on the board. Chad Asseltine picking Jonah Laurent out of the pile. And looks like picking him out of the pile and kicking him out of the game. A few parting words from the official. And we'll see how the officiating crew sorts this one out. Connor Charles asking for the explanation. There were we should pick up this conversation.
What number was he? He wasn't wearing anything. Okay. Do you know who that kid is?
I just asked for his name.
Yeah, 15 on the rough, 15 with the game.
And 66 with body contact.
Hey, Marcus, are we putting 2 more up?
You're putting 2 twos up.
So Chase White, the initial penalty for body contact, and then a roughing penalty. Jonah Laurent, pardon me. They called 2
Marcus,
and a game.
2 and a 4?
No, I mean 2 on the rough.
Not sure if any of this.
Okay. So Chad,
The whistle goes, and then a couple shoves, and then we'll see if there's anything else. The gray shirted player in front. The face-off goes deep in the select zone. Sounds like a goal outside, and you can see picked out of the scrum.
Hey, who's serving the 2-minute rough? What's your name?
I thought I heard some cheering outside. The bench warmers have scored to make it 1-0 over the Niagara Thunder on the outdoor rink. A look at that goal. As the play comes on the half boards. Looked like an open look for Noah Perlick, looking for the hat trick. All two of his goals rather, already on the power play. All three Selects goals on the power play. They've got a full 2-minute 5-on-3 now. Perlick is now deep. Up for Morin. Brandon Winicky from up top rips into the shot and makes it 4-0 now.
Six, 1988.
Second.
Perlick picks up the assist, as does
Marcus, what were the numbers?
Nick Morin.
Marcus, what were the...
And there it was, just a straight outside shot. They release the penalty to Chase White. Ciraldi's still in the box, serving the 2 minutes. That was picked up by Jonah Laurent. Came along with the game misconduct. It's out of the reach of Nick Morin into the corner. Pinching through there. Bo Siopika chips it right over our broadcast position. Face-off will come outside. And one clean there by Jacob Sadler. Sadler, top of the circle, far side. Mid-floor now. Sadler goes after it again. Out of the reach of Winicky, the most recent goal scorer, makes it 4-0. Approaching the midway of this game. Winicky. Over for James Rice. Rice continues to work down the side, and they had Gene down. He was taking away the low part of the net, watching that one-timer. Trying to go upstairs with Sadler, but just rolled away from him. From the face-off dot now. Morin. Up top, Winicky. He's got Rice with him. Winds up the one-timer and fans on it. Rice and Sadler collide, and Winicky can't keep it in. Winicky running back, Morin the near side, and they go in offside as looked like Perlick came in a touch early. That'll give us a face-off just outside the select zone. Coming into play, Tristan Lewis. Back to 5-on-5 hockey now is Lewis. Back for Archambault. Archambault sliding through. Matt Thorpe gets it around Gene, who again ended up on his side, poking at that. Thorpe again rolls away from him. Ciraldi trying to get around Mackenzie McQueen, can't. So McQueen back for Tristan Lewis. McQueen on the half boards. Lewis there again. His shot just wide. Matt Thorpe in behind the net. Mackenzie McQueen, Archambault fakes a break. McQueen steps past the face-off dot. Lets a shot go, and it's just over top. Matt Thorpe over for Brandon Winicky. Winicky's got a power play goal in this game. The far side, Archambault plays it off his glove. He's got Dolce all over him. Winicky lets it rip. They've got traffic in front. Mackenzie McQueen is there. And Dolce over the top of Archambault. Winicky just able to keep it in. The second chance they can't. Archambault now spins back. Looked like he was jarred a bit there by RJ Jean. There's Young now in the corner. Works around Winnicky. They've got RJ Jean in on the crease, and he's got to work into the corner for it. Archambault and Jean exchange a few jabs as they get out the corner. Spinning shot by Thomas Young. That one goes off the corner of the crossbar. And Young plays it with the high stick right out in front, and Young's going to head back to the box here. Look at the Welland bench. They came in 2 men short already due to suspension issues. And now a game misconduct for Jonah Laurent.
What's your number? 16. 60 on high stick.
Thomas Young, the high sticking penalty. You can see what's left of the bench of the Welland Kings. The player to the left is Thomas Young, serving that high sticking penalty. Jackson Roberts plays it into the corner. Winnicky bounces off his stick. RJ Jean is there. Tristan Lewis. Loses it, and Jeremy Briggs stumps it back out for center. Archambault. Here's Archambault back for McQueen. Him and Archambault continue to. Back for Lewis. McQueen again. McQueen and Lewis, the one-time shot going to his right nicely was Jean. And Jean still out of position, almost circling the entire net now. He's got words for Winnicky. McQueen. He was kept on the boards there by Doyle Gruel. And another delayed penalty. It'll be a slashing call coming against the Selects from Matt Thorpe. So the first penalty kill of the game for the Ontario Selects. They do have 4 goals on the power play and will be 4-on-4 for exactly 1 minute. That's the time remaining in the high sticking penalty to Thomas Young. Jackson Roberts fixing his equipment in the Selects crease. Officials will allow him to do so. And he gives them the nod. And back to play, Nick Morin. Morin up the boards. Comes for James Rice. Rice in front, Noah Perlick trying to get it to him, and Jean was going to his right. Perlick looked to the left, and it was just wide. Morin and Dolce crash in front of the Welland bench. Dolce ends up falling as a result of that exchange. And trying to race after it, Noah Perlick now. Dolce gets back to even the numbers. As on the far side, they've got Rice on the crease. Rice works back up top here, and as Rice falls, that releases Chase White. Room to shoot, and the save made by Roberts goes off the backboards. Ciaraldi into the corner, kept there by Winnicky. Winnicky getting help from Perlick. Now RJ Jean coming in to help out, and Ciaraldi comes off the wall. Bit hot and got into the face a bit there of Rice. Through 2 minutes of play outdoors, Niagara Thunder, the bench warmers, knotted at 1. It's 4-0 here for the Selects, but a power play chance now. Our thanks to our field reporter, Jesse, for keeping us updated on the action outside. Newest member of our JVI Sports Network crew. Thomas Young dumping it down into the corner. Nick Morin. Morin lifts it up. That one ends up going high on Gene. It's caught up in the throat guard and picked out there by the defender and dropped down so play can continue. Winicky down there, a big juicy giveaway. Thomas Young, the beneficiary, off the rebound, and he scores. Young and Roberts share a bit of a chuckle off that, but Welland's first goal, the assist from the throat guard.
48-88.
Thomas Young, a couple penalties in this game, but making amends there. Is first goal of the game for Welland, makes the score 4-1 again. Niagara Thunder and the bench warmers, the winner of that game will face the winner over here. They're knotted at ones at the end of the second. Thomas Young tries an outside shot now, feeling it after he got the last one, and again from the same shot. This time Young hits the post. It went off the back of Roberts, but does stay out. Winicky up near side, stepping into that shot. Connor Charles, it goes wide off the cage. And Archambault has it behind his net. Up the boards for Winicky. Charles with him. Winicky almost overruns it as there's only about 5 seconds remaining. Tipped ahead by RJ Jean. Thomas Young needs a shot, and Mackenzie McQueen is in the lane, so he won't get it. Signs of life from the bench of the Welland Kings. But it's mostly been that bench right there, the Ontario Selects, leading 4-1. 10 minutes to decide the gold medal match. We'll be back.
Of Canada is the leader in the fire alarm monitoring industry, specializing in the early notification of fire alarm signals to the fire department. Our experienced customer service staff will work closely with you to develop the best solution for your specific monitoring needs, and our CFAA certified technicians are qualified to perform your installation quickly and efficiently. Be sure to choose Fire Monitoring of Canada, because saving time saves lives. Visit us at fire-monitoring.com.
Semi-final action in the Midget division. The Niagara Thunder and the Benchwarmers on the rink outside. In under the big top. With the walls open, the Ontario Selects lead the Welland Kings 4-1. Selects wearing the red jerseys with white trim. The Ontario Selects, they're occupying the home bench. On the visitor side, the white jerseys with black trim. Jackson Roberts of the Selects controls the net to our left. And in the net to our right, Kyle Jean holding it down for Welland. Winicky beats Chase White in behind his own net. In front, the top corner. Jean has gone down a number of times early. Tristan Lewis, the first even strength goal of the game in favor of the Ontario Selects.
15 and 6.
Matt Thorpe, Brandon Winicky. And everyone we've seen on the floor, except for Jackson Roberts, has an offensive point in this game. Listed on our roster sheet, but we haven't seen them play as of yet. Jeremy D'Amico, Robert Barbas. And we've got a player down on the near side. Right in front of the entrance. Unfortunately, we can't see it. It's right, well, obviously where the trainer is, but didn't see the play either. The player that's down is Brandon Winicky. He has the helmet off, and now he is upright. It's like under his own strength anyways. No zone call for the official. The face-off will come outside, and based on the chuckles as he gets to the bench, we can, I think, deduce where Winicky got hit there. But he did go down, cause a stoppage in play. His team leads 5-1 at this point. Brandon Winicky with 2 points in the game. Thomas Young, the lone goal scorer for Welland so far, tries another shot. That's just past 1 minute gone in the final frame here. Backhanded into the corner. Mackenzie McQueen plays it off the boards away from Thomas Young. Up to center, dumped in. Roberts goes down and is able to glove that, and he'll hang on. We'll have another face-off in the select zone. Reminder throughout the tournament to follow us on Twitter at JVI Video, at BHI St. Catharines. Our broadcast schedule, the team standings and scores throughout the day. And of course, after the tournament, where we'll be next. Including the Ball Hockey International Walter Gretzky Tournament. And lacrosse fans, the Senior B Canadian Championships, the President's Cup. Just down the street here in St. Catharines. The St. Catharines Saints will host that this season. Backhand pass in front from Perlick. No one there to receive. It's lifted over the head of Ciraldi. Down into the corner. And Perlick sees two offensive players colliding on the ball, so chips it ahead for Sadler. Sadler in the zone, backhands it into the corner. James Rice. Wheels back around. Perlick again rolls away from him. And Connor Charles is going to dump it the length of the floor. Icing was waved off, so Roberts comes out to play it. Sadler tries to drag it back behind him, and the ball just rolled up on him. Perlick finds Sadler again, though. Sadler takes the shot, a pad save. Still loose. This ball's been bouncing around here inside during our coverage, and it bounces onto the stick of Sadler. And Kyle Jean is upset with himself that he couldn't smother that one, but we saw that in the Bantam game as well.
.97 from 88.
Perlick with his fourth point. Jacob Sadler picking up the goal. That runs it to 6-1 now in favor of the Selects. Sadler gets it again, and they're prone to runs. Yesterday, 5 goals in a span of about 2.5 minutes for the Ontario Selects on the outdoor floor. Nick Morin. Puts it up, Connor Charles. He's trying to keep it away from Sadler. Just able to do that as Sadler keeps it in the corner. Pardon me, Charles, as Sadler's on him. Bo Siopika. Siopika looking after Perlick. Perlick spins again. Keeping in the corner is Perlick. Up for James Rice. The backhand feed there looked like Young trying to clear it. He's kept in by Moore and then quickly returned. Shot and just went high. Comes back in again. Sayupika rims it around the cage. Reaching down to play that. Nick Morin. As it rolls away from Morin, the icing is waved off. Doyle Gruel into forecheck, and that one chopped up out of play. Sadler and Gruel were there. They're going to say that it did go off the stick of Sadler, and it'll be in the select zone, 6:08. Just over 6 minutes remains in the third period here. It comes outside for Dolce. Smacked in again by the defender, and Selects will set up their play. 3-on-2 developing out. In front, Lewis playing it off his foot to the stick. And a big shot block there by Welland as Dolce comes in. Gets caught up in his feet. Winicky back on the floor. As Mackenzie McQueen tries to get away from Ciraldi. And RJ Jean just lifting it in from the top of the circle. Easily gloved out of midair by Jackson Roberts, and he'll hold on for another face-off to his left here. RJ Jean again, Winicky. Brings it up. We're still tied outside at the 2 minutes to go mark in the third. Niagara Thunder and the Benchwarmers. Here's a shot, Winicky. Couple whacks at it. Sayupika doesn't like that he got that close. But it is Kyle Jean able to smother up, and the pace of this one is slowed right down with the goaltenders. 6-1 in favor of the Ontario Selects, occupying the home bench. Welland Kings representing the visitors. Played up the boards here. No one touches it after the shot from RJ Jean, and it goes down for icing. We'll do it again. Just a couple seconds, tick off the clock there. And the winners of the two games happening right now in the midget division will be our final game. Coverage here on the JVI Sports Network. The gold medal final. The midget division. Outside shot from Mackenzie McQueen off the stick, off the helmet. And then Kyle Jean reaches back with Matt Thorpe all over him. A weird little play there as it went straight up. Came down on the helmet and then fell behind. Kyle Jean. Here is the play. Watch the ball drop right down on the bucket right there. And as he reaches back, makes the save. Doyle Gruel kept to the outside by Archambault. Thomas Young comes in. Archambault again. Gets the stick down to contain. Archambault now staring down three Welland defenders. Last man there is Jeremy Briggs. Briggs trying to find Gruel in the middle. Thomas Young now on the boards. Young can't keep it away from Winicky. And it comes outside the line. Chase White. Just going to bat it back in. That hits the bar. Top bar on the cage. Falls down onto the stick of Thomas Young. Out in front, Young and Archibald shoving in the crease as Mackenzie McQueen comes in, and the official's going to take both of them here, I think.
White, is that his third? Okay, it's rough.
And Young with his third minor of the game. He will join Jonah Laurent on the sidelines. That'll leave 8 players in the game, 5 on the floor and 2 on the bench with 1 in the box. For the Welland Kings.
Wait for a whistle.
And James Rice tried to hold the line, as did Sadler and Perlick, but as Perlick held up, he fell forward and he couldn't get back, and Rice thought he timed that up, but not quite, as he fell forward. Face-off chipped ahead by, looked like Welland, but the face-off redone in the neutral zone. And it's Rice. Over now for Perlick. Perlick and Rice playing pass and catch. A lot of 8s out there in that exchange. Here comes Dolce. Out over the blue line. Morin steals it away from him. Dolce chases him behind his own net. Coming out there is Roberts. And Morin looks skyward as Gruel able to take that shot. Roberts making the save and covering up. 3:35 remain in the period here. This ball out of the reach of Dolce as it makes its way to the wall. Brandon Winicky. Up for Perlick. Perlick chipping it past Chase White. And Rice was on the back of Connor Charles there, and as Charles fell, the arm of the official went up and the player will go off.
Right on the bottom.
Siren outside sends us to overtime between the bench warmers and the Niagara Thunder for the right to play in the gold medal final. 3 minutes remain for the Welland Kings to find 5 goals to tie the score here. It gets around Perlick. It is the Welland power play as Gruel dumps it deep into the corner. And the officials looked like they signaled delay of game there against the Selects. They're going to go to Rice.
6 red, delay of game.
I believe that's James Rice. Heads off for the delay of game. From the outside, through traffic, Dolce is in front as well. Roberts goes down. Someone unable to find the stick, and then his player was dumped to the side. Mackenzie McQueen goes down, and we've got a high sticking call in front. So it was going to be a minute 20 of 5-on-3 hockey for
7 white, high stick.
the Welland Kings, but RJ Jean goes off for the high stick.
2:17 and then the whistle.
Here's Sadler winning the face-off for the Selects, up for McQueen. McQueen outside. Jeremy Briggs, McQueen gets in. Dolce just got enough of that stick to knock it wide. McQueen in the corner. Sayupika on him. Sayupika still pushing McQueen. Jeremy Briggs coming to help out now. Briggs was able to poke it free, and it rolls onto the stick of Chase White. Well, the first one there is Noah Perlick as it gets away. Outside for Sadler. Sadler looking for Perlick. It goes deep in his own zone, fakes the rattle around the boards, and he's going to bring it out. He's beat 2 defenders, now evening the numbers here. He's got Mackenzie McQueen with him. Trying to go through the legs there of Chase White, and White stands him up 3-on-1. And now McQueen gets back into the play to make it 3-on-2. Perlick joins in, evens the numbers. Dolce can't get the stick on that. Up for Siopika. Siopika far point. Chase White, his shot. Dolce in front. Dolce may have got a stick on it, and Dolce and McQueen share a few shoves, but it was Jackson Roberts hanging on. 1:25 now. 10 seconds to go in the 5-on-4. We'll go 4-on-4 for 26 seconds after that. And then we'll have 15-second power play for the Selects, but that shouldn't make a difference as it'll only be about 30 seconds left in this game. Already leading 6-1. Led by 4 power play goals, including a 5-on-3 that opened the scoring from Noah Perlick. He's got 2 so far. Part of a 4-point afternoon. Ball played down, knocked into the corner by Kyle Jean. That'll do it for the initial penalty. And Welland. An eruption outside. We'll wait and see who it was that scored, but by the sounds of the crowd, it sounds like the overtime has concluded with a goal. We're in the final minute here. About to return to 5-on-5 hockey with 34 seconds to play in this one. So it looks like the Ontario Selects will move to the gold medal final as Archambault chips it off the wall, and we'll wait and see who their opponent is. See if Jesse's on the case. Chase White gets it deep in the corner. White with Winicky on him. Over for Connor Charles. Charles trying to get by Matt Thorpe, and final 5 seconds here. Comes up for Chase White, and the Ontario Selects will move to the Midget gold medal final. Knocking off the Welland Kings here, 6-1. As handshakes all around. Jackson Roberts. And Winicky, the first one out there to greet him. There's your final score, 6-1. And we understand we will have the game winner from outside on replay for you. As the handshakes come in, benchwarmers in yellow. Just a tip in front of the Niagara Thunder. Stick with us later this afternoon. The Ontario Selects in the Midget Division will face the benchwarmers. But a good one coming up next, the Bantam gold medal final on JBI Sports Network. Ball Hockey International, St. Catharines. Spring Teether in the Youth Division, presented by Bauer.